The plan at the time was to have this final report issued sometime in November, December of 2014. However, due to developments that took place before that date, particularly with respect to certain investments and certain developments in the electricity sector in Mexico, in the US, and in the surrounding countries, in which the outlook for stable, consistent, and fairly cheap power supply from outside the country became that much more feasible. So we had to revise our thinking somewhat midstream, and to certainly look at the costs for these projects more critically, given that the outlook for other sources not considered under this RFP, but available sources from outside the country, is for fairly steep and fairly stable and cheap prices looking forward. The proposed projects, the proposed list of projects from the PUC was accepted both by BL and MSTPU without objections. The negotiations, for the most part, are expected to be conducted solely by BL. Of course, the PUC and the ministry will have their input into different areas of interest or concern that they would like to have addressed during the negotiations process. A good example of that, for example, is that the ministry and the government had required that any projects which utilize a public resource and for which the construction or operation of the project would permanently alter such resource, that then the government would require that such projects be executed on a build, own, operate, and transfer basis. So of course, based on the different proposals, the ministry will then have to inform BL which projects they require to be built on a BOOT basis as opposed to a BOO basis, which is build, own, and operate, with no transfer of assets back to the government and the people taking place down the road.